Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm sorry it took me a while for me to get back. Just been trying to do one or two things. So I think I'm finally back. Okay. I think I'll be naming this my I'm sorry if you're hearing some background noise. I still where I work, so you might be hearing some background. I'm sorry for that. I will be naming this my weekly review. That is what was the reason why I was bullish for this week. That is, I want them to get to a certain level. I did all this. I think I've seen all this before on Monday, and I was willing to become like I'm really ready. Whether I go against me or whatever it is, but that's just my short time bias. I want them to get to a certain level. I'm going to check into it. So on the monthly, I'll start from monthly, weekly to daily. So that's what we won't really talk about lower time frame yet. On the monthly, I want them to come on US starting. I want them to come into this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, and before the retreat back. Notice this high. This high are very important, and this low or the fear of the imbalance is very, very important. Now, look at this low on the monthly I'm talking about. Look at this low. Look at this high of the imbalance. Can you see the weeks pass through it? Same thing happened here. See how they are coming into this imbalance and what now? Why did I want this the last month? That is last month, which is the month of April. Why did I want it to get below? That is, the body must close below this because there's a lot of weeks down there. So I need the body to close, even though it doesn't come above. I just wanted to. I want to see that reaction so I can know that yes, we are fully going. That is, there's a really, really bearish movement. On Nasdaq, you can see how the old month end up closing below February and March low. I actually have a screenshot beforehand that is not inside, but I'm not really led to do that here. I don't, but I have some other one that is not inside. I will show you, but I don't really feel like showing you. Okay, yes, this is because I think everybody saw that before. And so on Nasdaq, I want them to come down for this SI liquidity that is this level. I want them to come down to this 1221 3.2 level. This SI liquidity. Yes, my short term bias is buy. That is, they're trying to what accumulate or manipulate them what is to both. That is power of three. You can check that out on ICT YouTube channel. It's every 500. So I want them to come into this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. My short term bias is what bullish. That is accumulation. You can see how they took. Now notice something that happened. I want you to notice something. I want you all to notice something. Look at how this month of May took the low of what February and what March. Let's go to the that's on S&P 500. Let's go to what they call it Nasdaq. You can see the same thing is happening. Now, what happened on US 30? Can you see is unable to even take the low of March? That is old low of March. What's going on? When we get to the lower time frame, we have more information about that. Now we're on the lower time frame. Now this is the imbalance on the higher time frame. Why did I not using this low? I don't know. There are some things I think that's why ICT said I don't know, maybe because I don't have enough knowledge or I have full knowledge about it yet. But what I'm trying to say is that there are some things that my brain just gravitates to, that is, yes, this is the right one, this is the right one to this one, just like other blocks too. It takes time, it takes the more you practice, the more you look at it, your brain will be able to signal, okay, yeah, this is the right other block, this is the right other block, this and this. So this is the low I'm using for, sorry, the high I'm using for the imbalance. You can see how the market react to it on Monday. They went down to it and do what? This is on US 30, right? I see how they react to the this is conchment. I'm always having issue pronouncing that. Let's go to Nasdaq and see how they took the relative equal lows. Big figure that is 12,800. You can see how they got to 12,800. That was exactly what they used here. I have all this before, and that is I've marked this out, but I just don't feel like I said, I don't feel like showing a screenshot. But now, so personally, I'm expecting Nasdaq to get into this fair value gap and start running, but we have to give it time. more price action for me to be able to tell, okay, this is that or that. This is what they're doing on that aspect. Same thing on US status. See how they are. This is a weekly. You can see how the week, like I said, the week went through the what the imbalance. That doesn't mean they've actually done the work for it. The body of a candle that is, it needs to close it finally. I love to see that is the body that, let's say this body now crosses finally, and I know yes, they are done with that imbalance. But the week is just the week, so they can still use this imbalance. We'll see how they use the content, the content. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. Now I'm expecting them probably to get into this fair value gap. Then I need to put more price action for me to know that yes, they are actually going probably on the daily time frame or on the 1 hour time frame. That's it for S&P 500. Hopefully you are getting one or two things from what I'm trying to explain. Now let's get to on the daily. Now look at how they took the monthly low for February, for March, this for S&P 500, and this is the content accountment for the weekly, right? Sesa liquidity. That was on what? On Monday. Can you see how it react to this so fast? Now, ICT talk about something about Purge and Revert liquidity. The moment I noticed this consolidation, that is this little up and down here, since Friday, I have that back on my mind that okay, yes. Now look at something. There's some things that give me intel before even things happen. I will explain what happened here. That's why I said probably I might have part two. Hopefully this thing is recording. So now notice, if you notice Friday, see how close they are to the low. That is to the low of the monthly low. This is on S&P 500. Go to the Nasdaq. For anybody using the futures market, it's still the same thing. My futures market is delayed, so that's why I'm not using the chart. Look at this Friday too. You can see since I think this is Wednesday or Thursday. They've actually Monday, I can't remember. I think it is Monday, Tuesday. This Tuesday. Since Tuesday, they've actually taken, you see the low, right? And that's when they were consolidating, they were doing what they were consolidating. Look how close they are to the low. Now let us look at US starting. Look how you see it is far away. So it needs more price action for it to work. It needs more time for it to get down. Now that is what is tipping his hand to me. Okay, yes, SMT is in play. That is, we might see a higher prices. Now, not that alone. ICT teacher taught us Purge and Revert method. That is when you have a short time low being taken, you should be expecting the what do you call it? The last 3 days high, that is buy side liquidity will be resting above it. Now I'll talk about that more in this video. I'll try as much as possible to talk about that more. Now, what did they use here? SMT is the first thing. Nasdaq is what? Lower low. US 30 is what? Lower low. Then US 30 is what? Lower high. So that is what is tipping his hands towards what that is probably what you can see. This low, short time low is what is being taken. Then what we are going for what? 1, 2, 3. Can you see? Now this is the proof I said. To be honest, I didn't have any plan to make this video. So this night before, it's already late. This is almost 3:30 a.m. Yeah, I just feel like okay, let me just make this video. I don't have it in the back of my mind. But now you can see that was my plan. That is okay. I want them to take the high, that is high of last week, which was I think Tuesday or so. This on the 28th. I think I have the note here. Yeah, this is the note. Nasdaq and S&P did run below 24 February low, and US 30 didn't. Can you see? It didn't. It was. I will take that as a what? Purge and Revert, as it is SMT that is doing it here on US 30. That is, it's SMT that is sponsoring the move upward more on US 30. Now on Nasdaq, I don't think I have any. Okay. Yes, a short term low is taking, and the big figure is kicking it here. That is the big figure here. I am looking forward to see April 28th. What's this? April 28th I to be what taken. Now let me go to the screenshot. I'm sure I will show you the screenshot. And look at the screenshot. What time is this? Can you see this is on Monday, 2 a.m. midnight. Most time I'm always lazy during the day. 2 a.m. midnight. The same note. The same note. Can you see? Can you see the time? I don't know. I don't know you. I don't think I have to be trying to to anybody. I'm just trying to share like my weekly review, those things I look up to and stuff like that. Same thing here. I see Purge and Revert almost the same time. I did the screenshot. This is Monday. Then immediately, okay. Now I can be wrong, but that is my bias short term. I want that on the 28th. I to the world taking. You can see the notes here. NASDAQ, S&P did take story, so Purge and Revert. Can you see what I was looking at? So let me cancel that. I'm done with that. So that was my objective. That is what I'm looking at. Now, I won't really go into what has happened during this week, those things, the mistakes and error and everything I've done. But let me just go into more about this project because I actually have, when I'm doing my study, I used to have, let's say, fair value gap. I will have so like I don't know what I can call it, like a block of where I'll be keeping notes about fair value gap, whatever I'm learning about fair value gap. I have a block where I'll be learning about buy side liquidity, day side liquidity. Now, this project Revert, I'm telling you, that last episode I actually talked about it. That was the first time I ever heard about it. Now, look at the example ICT gave us here. That is, they took the short-term load, they are going for the what? And buy side liquidity. Now, there's something I come to understand, that is, if they are going to be going up here, we need a higher time frame PDR to sponsor it. What I'm trying to say now, look at in this instance now, for what just happened this week, they use the big figure SMT and whatever like that. Weekly fair value gap high. Let me go back to it. Can you see? Can you see they're using all these higher time frame content equipment, weekly fair value gap high? Can you see? Can you see they use the fair value gap? It's not just SMT, it's not just it's not just this and that. There have to be higher time frame like the weekly, monthly, and daily behind it. Hopefully you are getting what I'm trying to pass on to you. Now, if we have now we have a Purge and Revert. I'm not, this is just my own personal study, and hopefully you can just go into it and just learn one or two things. Now, Purge and Revert, what is the thing that is going to, what's going to sponsor it up? What are those things we are going to look into for us to say, okay, yes, this is the trade, this is that, this is this. Now, if you look into on this side, there was what? 1, 2, 3. What's that? On a daily, ICT what? Bullish order block. Purge, the Purge is sell side liquidity. Inside what? My voice is loud. Inside what? Can you see? Inside what? The what? Buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency. Now, that alone, when ICT, it was later when ICT taught us this video, I went back to do my own study. Now, there's different scenario about it. I'll talk about it. That's why I said this video might be long. There's something like that happened here. Yeah, I'll talk about it. Even something like that happened here. That is, but let's just take it a step at a time. That is, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency with this what order block. That's the influence. I'm always using NASDAQ. I'm always making sure I'm using the study. That is, I'm using everything, the confluence together. On S&P 500, you can see for liquidity, same time. What is it? Now, there's something I learned from one of ICT students. He's a trader from on Twitter. I used to check his posts. It's one of my, even though my favorite. So one of my favorite is Ant FX. And I'm not trying to say, but I mean people that whenever I'm going to Twitter, I'm just trying to check on their page, whatever they're talking about. I just love, like, there are people that really inspire me, like the likes of Ant FX, likes of Brave Art. Yes, I checked their post. So there was something that he's always uploading like some PDF file or weekly stuff. I didn't know why he stopped, but so probably he's busy. And just in case you are listening to this, I really appreciate if you keep, because there's a lot most of us are really learning from that. Now you can see he said there was something put down in his PDF. He said we have there are some other blocks that serve as counter trend. That is, they are always counter trend. Example of it here. Look at this block. It serves as counter trend. That is, they use it to what? it can be used for what? Retracement or what? Reversal in when the market is moving. Now they are using this other block here, this bullish order block. They're using it as counter trade. And in what essence? That is order block with what? Purge in liquidity. Where are they going to? Last 3 days. Where buy side liquidity will be resting. What are they using here? Bullish order block, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, which was purge liquidity. They're going to what? Revert it up there. Now let us now close study. What day was that? What day is that? That is April 18, right? Let's go to something. April 18. Can you see April 18 on Nasdaq did take April 12 low? You can see. Let's check it with April 12 and April 18. You can see April 18 did what? Lower low. Now, what happened on US 30? April 18 refused to do what? It did what? Lower high. That's another thing, what? Same thing. Now, just for the sake of, I said I won't go to the lower time frame, but let's just for the sake, but just for, I don't know, maybe there's Christians here, but I won't like to talk about that because ICT didn't also talk about it. I'll say just for the sake of Christ, but this is it. April 18, you can see April 18 refused to do what? This is on Sunday. So on Sunday, I noticed, okay, it's resting inside what? This other block. You can see. Now, it refused to what? Take this low. Now, since that 18, all these, I'm telling you, it was after I said it. I mean, for this, or the 18 or 18, this Purge and Revert and the confidence, higher time frame, and whatever it is I've talked about, is after I still talked about it, I went to study more about it and stuff like that. Now, that's enough confidence that SMT, daily order block, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, blah 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 blah. Those are the things I used to actually, that will actually be backing up my trade. Now, when I sit now talk about back testing and everything, these are the things that actually give me confidence. What gives me more confidence that yeah, this one must go for the food, just because I've seen it here, I've seen it here again, I've seen it here, and I've seen it here again. I will explain this one. Hopefully you're enjoying the video. I don't really think, but hopefully, like that's what I said. Hopefully you're just enjoying. Let me just put it like that. So these are the things whenever I see to talk about, we have to put into consideration and stuff like that, and learn about it. Now let me talk about which one should I pick. Okay, I've talked about this one, I've talked about today's one, what led to it, and higher time frame and so on. And let me now talk about Purge and Revert. Now let's look at February 9. US started, like I said, I'm using, there's one other market like that I like to use, BOLX. I've not really studied that much. I've not really put my time into it. I'm not really trading for it. I don't even check it these days again. Sorry, I'm supposed to be editing all this breathing, and I'm not really good in editing. I only use one system for now. Why am I even saying all this? Okay, like I'm saying, okay, I won't go into much detail, but let me just dig deep. Let me just explain my understanding on the Purge and Revert stuff like that. Now, they use on the futures market. Let me use the futures market this time. So that's why I have my futures chart up. You can see if you check all this forex.com and co, this was a bridge, but on the futures was better. So it's really helped me with more information. Now on the futures, they are using this order block for what? Counter trend. That is, they can use it for what? Either retracement or what? Or reversal. What day was it? Check the date. That was what? February 8th. Now let's go to here again. February 8th. February 8th, right? I think Thursday or Friday, but it's crazy. I used to have this date on my head. Now, if you check Nasdaq, let's finish our work completely. February 8th. Now, if you check, we have 3 here. If you check down, you can see they use this counter or this other block as counter trade for what? Reversal, not for retracement. On Nasdaq, it was used for what? For to go to where? All these things, I don't know. Let me just thank God. I don't know. The thing was just uploading to my head because even I didn't even have much information about it then. But I was just the thing was I was just having it that okay, yeah, this is what it's going to be. And I was just doing it and I was having some little confidence behind it. Then it was later I was having like wow, this and that. So you just have to spend more time to I still have a lot of difficulty like in terms of discipline. Because I'm not used to that since I was little. I'm just trying to be that to myself. So with that being said, there's a volume imbalance here. Look at that was actually what I was actually before it actually happened. I had a screenshot. Well, I can't just go and look for that right now just to say I'm proving. This is just for you to go back and actually check yourself. This is a counter trade order block. It was used for what retracement in this position. You see the three of them. That's what there's somewhere I actually saw where ICT said, oh God, price is delivered the efficiency of prices can you come? I can't even remember. The efficiency of prices delivered. Just I can't even remember what they said. I'm very, very sorry. So it's this same place too. It was used for what? Retracement. But on that, it was used to what? For what? It was used for reversal that it to take. Now, this is what I see just teach us. Purge. I see purge in liquidity. Now, what are we going to do? Are we just going to use the SMT? No. Let's go to the weekly. Now, on the weekly, we have this is a breaking market structure. Sorry, it is kind of raw. Let me close this. On the weekly, we have this fair value gap low and what fair value gap high. You can see it retrace. This is the week, that week we are explaining now. She's based into that was fair value gap high. Now let's get on to daily. Oh, sorry, it's not showing. I have to edit it. You can see now, not just because of the SMT that is the purge alone. Now we're having the weekly backing it up already now. You can see bullish order block 1, 2, backing it up and the work weekly fair value gap. So even you have to study. I have some case study I'm doing right now about fair value gap high, fair value gap mean threshold, fair value gap low. How are they reacting to those levels? How are they reacting to the low of order blocks, open, mean threshold, and the high of order blocks? How are they reacting? Now, this is the purge on liquidity using the work fair value gap high what to what to push price down. Can you see how they started? Now the swing, I see just sort of yeah, this is to the left side of it, the swing high and what's the swing low. Now on the 40, what are we going to be looking for? Expansion. And what's our information about Purge and Revert? That is they're going for the what last 3 days. So if you are looking for the what should they be going for? That is this year. That will be our focus. Then we'll keep on looking for. I think I've talked about that. Even though it's the 9 inside, but this is just normal case study I just did. So it might sound like yeah, it's sweet to talk. Yeah, it is easier be said than done. I hope this thing's recording. So yeah, there are so many other examples like that. So many examples. Let me give you another example here. Let's talk about the one that happened last week. That's why I said every day, every week, and it will never stop. Even though I was still struggling a little bit, but let us just look at April 18. Look at how it retreats back into this order block here. See how it retreats. See how it closed this imbalance here. Now let's go to April. That's in April 18 on Nasdaq. It did watch. I don't want to talk about this. It retraces back. You can see. That same April 18, it did what? Take the old month high. That's what SMT. SMT on Dow on the S&P 500 what? You just went into the what? Order block. This is like higher time frame. This is weekly. That's why I say, as I say, most orders are coming in. That is the banks that is they are trading on this higher time frame like daily, weekly, and monthly. So all these things they really matters. Like really matters before I've always when I was still trading forex, I was always been like something with this, and I'm not trying to put more focus, but just because of some traders I learned some things from. Well, okay, let me tell you how I actually learned daily buyers. Like I think most time I'm 80% right on my daily buyers. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just saying to that I'm 80%. Even though I'm going to get the trade wrong during the day, at least probably maybe I missed. I'm trying to go against my bias because I see this and that. But my bias is kind of, I remember late last year, every day, I can't afford to print out the chart. So I use my hand to draw out every daily candlestick where I think they should be going. I use my hand to draw it out every single blessed day. And that's how it just click for me. I think probably because of the effort I'm putting into it, but it just click for me. Understand? So the SM thing, what I've looked, and since then I've been looking for what lower prices. Yes, I'm still very bearish. I'm still very, very, because we have a what volume imbalance here. That now let me now show you one of the reasons why I have both. Since I didn't pay for the delayed one, I have both the futures and the normal all these forex.com and co. You can see here, if you go to the forex.com other brokers, they won't offer all this volume imbalance. So all this volume imbalance and stuff like that, it gives me more information about, okay, yes, this is where price should be going to. Like it gives me more intel about price. An example here. You can see the body of the candlestick didn't close this fair value gap. The imbalance of, you can see the body here still hasn't closed it. Now I'm extending that body to forward to come and close. That just that little body. I just want, even if it's going to end up here, I know they are done here, and I know the only place they are going to for is here. That doesn't mean they can't go up. Yes, they can, because I'm still also new to this market. We're all learning. I'm just trying to share one or two things about my ideas and stuff like that. Hopefully, you have been able to learn one or two things from this. Until I talk to you tomorrow, I wish you good luck and good trading. Take care.